What would you say to tenants out there who are looking for a home with a pet other than good luck?
Good luck, but most importantly, really get a good agent helping you, because that's, at the moment, that's the best thing going.
And I think creating the rental CV and having photos of you as a family and your pet, and giving a bit more background rather than, you know, the applications are very clinical and very objective, but they don't actually put your personality into it. So the rental CV was the biggest tip that you gave us that I think made a big difference to us, because we could send that on as an attachment, and, you know, it just put faces to our names and gave them a bit more insight as to who we are, because, you know, pets are obviously a big important part of the family, but, you know, particularly when you've got kids and, you know, you just want to have your whole family together. It's really heartbreaking if you can't find somewhere that will accept pets as well. So it is more challenging, without a doubt. It is more challenging because the number of homes that are available for pets is much smaller. I just really think having a personal communication with an agent, even if it's, you know, going to introduce yourselves to certain local agents to say this is what we're looking for, and just, you know, being really personal about it, and that open communication.
Absolutely, and it's good also just being able to collab with all the other smaller real estate agents around. Smaller agents are more personable with other real estate agents, and usually with the community as well. You have your big franchises, like, I'm not knocking them, they do a lot of good, they spill all their money around for good causes, which is great, but when it comes to a cause like this, there are no personal relationships with the clients, with the tenants, to help them. I have an application, I've got some tenants who have been applying for another property. As I have got an owner going back into them, we had to go to court because it was on a periodic lease, and so the court terminated the lease for them to be able to move back in. But in the process of helping find the tenants who have to move, we've got the big agencies who are like asking the same agent, asking me about 3 times for the same people's references. It's like, hey, check your records. I've already sent this to you. Stop wasting my time and yours. And I don't want to be like that, but it's like, go and do your research, find out what's going on in your own backyard.
Yeah, that's right. And I think, you know, maybe the current market has created a bit of, I don't know, laziness is probably not the right word, but maybe a bit of complacency with those bigger companies, because, you know, they've got houses that are going to be snapped up and for a really good price because of the way the market is. But it doesn't mean you should let your professionalism down at all.
It just becomes like an autopilot, like they're just getting the process, pilot. And sure, that's great, but it shows that you're not really evolving with what's going on now and moving with it. I don't know, that's just what I think anyway.
Yeah, well, definitely.
I've got one more question and then I'll love and leave you. Thank you. I think you've already touched on it a bit anyway, so I might be repeating myself here. But how much harder do you think it is for tenants who haven't had a good rapport with their property manager to be able to find a new house once all this is over with, once things turn to a bit of normality?
I think
at the moment it's probably actually near on impossible.
Very much so, especially if you're a previous renter and haven't had a good rapport or even a bad one, then that's just going to rush it up so much harder. Whereas, like in our case, we've just been homeowners, and, you know, we can't get back into our own home because it's tenanted, and then finding somewhere, it was, as we said, verging on impossible, and we don't actually think we'd have a place if we didn't have self-helping. And,
you know, because we've owned our houses, we don't have the rental history or rental references either, so that's where we had to rely on you. And, you know, thankfully it was the best thing for us, because otherwise we wouldn't have had you know, the credibility and, you know, the reference to be able to say that they'd be great tenants because we just haven't rented for such a long time.
Absolutely. Look, I just find that like attracts like, and when you're a great entity together, you work well, and everything's good, communication's open, everything's laid out on the tables, there's no surprises. That's what I've experienced from you guys. So when I could give that back, that's really awesome. And for all property managers out there who have got clients exactly like you, they'll jump over the moon for you. Whereas there are owners that I hear of from other agents, it's like, oh my goodness, I just want to tell them to go away and give them their notice. So there's that, and there's also tenants that are like that as well, who have played up during all this COVID, refused to pay rent, not looking after the gardens, just, you know, and it's just sad that they just can't bring themselves into one sort of peaceful life. See, they're always got to find an attack on them, but I guess that's the world we live in right now. But
but you know, as you say, the world is hard enough as it is anyway. Like, let's just make this, and you know, if we're all working for the same purpose here, and you know that you look after our property, we know you're going to have the same standard and expectations of the property that we'll be renting. So, you know, we understand what the expectation is, but, you know, we know that it goes both ways, that it's the same for us. So, and we're very grateful.
And it's not absurd expectations. And I think you guys have just rolled with it. You know, the market changes often. You've never been unrealistic. And I think it's just been great having you guys as clients and dealing with you guys. So thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much today.
Awesome agent.
Oh, thanks, love. So hopefully we can get some more ideas out there just for people to start working on their relationships if, you know, if it's gone sour. Anyway,
Definitely.
I hope that's helpful for everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. I'll sign you out.
Thanks.
Enjoy the weekend.
Thank
You
you.
too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.